Walt Disney was born December 5th, 1901 in Hermosa, Illinois. Walt Disney once found work driving for the American Ambulance Corps in World War I. Walt Disney was always very passionate about art and wanted to seek work in the art industry. Walt Disney teamed up with Ub Iwerks, forming a company called Iwerks Disney Commercial Artist. However, it did not last long. The two went their separate ways, only to reunite when Walt convinced the company he was working for to hire Iwerks. The two began showing their love for animation, and they came up with Laugh-O-Gram films, but they were short-lived, and Walt Disney was forced to declare bankruptcy. Walt Disney convinced his brother Roy to financially believe in his ideas, and they created Disney Brothers Studio, and later named it Walt Disney Studio. And you guessed it, Iwerks came back. Walt Disney's business was more steady than his previous companies, and he came up with the character Oswald the Lucky Rabbit for Universal Pictures. Walt Disney felt as if everything came crashing down once again when all of his animators working for him were hired by other companies. However, of course, Iwerks stayed. Later, Walt realized that the rights for Oswald the Lucky Rabbit were Universal Pictures. Although it's not exactly certain how Mickey Mouse was created, the mouse is what began to shape Disney as we know it. Steamboat Willie was Walt Disney's first major successful film. Walt Disney became creative in coming up with the funds to fund his fairy tale company. He then offered to create a TV show for any company who was willing to invest in Disneyland as we know it. ABC put their faith into Disney, and the show ran for 29 seasons. From 1980 to 1990, the company grew substantially and is now the largest entertainment empire in the world. Walt Disney Company is worth $79.5 billion. Walt Disney was the typical entrepreneur who had such drive and dedication to do what he loved and was never to be held down. He had his failures of companies when he was starting out. He filed bankruptcy and had his whole workforce leave his company, but he stayed true to what he loved. I believe that when ABC agreed with Walt Disney to let him create a TV show for their company, and in turn they would invest in Disneyland, that was the turning point in turning his dream into a reality.
Created using Powtoon.